we have Elisheva presenting Andy Kolker Smells. Big round of applause.
Hi, my name is Elisheva. I'm going to be telling some jokes, doing some stand-up. This is the first time I'm going to be doing this, so I don't know if it's a talent yet, but you all let me know. These jokes come from all over, they're inspired by all sorts of various events in my life, and other TV shows and comedians, so I've incorporated those jokes, so you guys might recognize some of them. That's my disclaimer. Yeah, so my name's Elisheva, and it's a bit of an unusual name, and people often ask me to spell it. And usually, you know, we in English, we have this tendency, they'll tell your name is Sam. You know, we always give examples as we start spelling things. You know, if your name's Sam, you'll say, you know, S as in, S as in C, A as in apple, M as in monkey, and we have these like standard examples that we give. I've been wondering, like, what if I tried some different examples, you know? What if I spelled my name like, yes, my name's Elisheva, that's E as in elephant, L as in lion, I as in ice cream, S as in sex toy, E as in egg, V as in vagina, and A as in apple. I don't know, I mean, I feel like no one would ever forget my name after that, you know? I don't know. Yeah, so my name's Elisheva, and I studied math in undergrad, and for a long time I thought I was going to be a mathematician. And when you think about becoming a mathematician, you're often encouraged to do research. And I was actually spent some time here in Israel at the Weizmann Institute doing research. And people always ask, like, is there anything even new to discover in math? Like, what are you researching? And I tell them, yes, there's a lot of important things still to be discovered. And actually, you know, we have these huge conferences, and we sit around and we vote on what the next number should be. That's what we do. You know, do 300 billion and 12, yay or nay? And everyone says yay, and then there's a couple losers who say nay. But I really want to invent like really new numbers, like 16 and 11D, you know, just really new ones. People always think mathematicians are really lame, you know, they're really boring. But actually, they have a really good sense of humor, and they're actually really dirty. I am not making this up. This is 100% true. There's a theorem in mathematics called the going down theorem. If you're going to name your theorem the going down theorem, you have to have a good sense of humor, because for the rest of time, you're going to have students asking these older professors, can you go over the basics of the going down theorem with me? I'm not sure how it works. Really good sense of humor. Another one, I'm not making this up. This was named afterwards to inventors, or people who discovered it. It's called the Cox-Zucker theorem. I'm convinced that this theorem only came about because when Professor Cox met Professor Zucker, they're like, this is too good. We have to come up with something, anything. And finally, my last example is, I was at the University of Michigan this past year, and I took a graduate course in a subject called group action. And you know, people wonder why there's so many boys in mathematics. Well, when the course title is Group Action, and the description says we're going to be going over the basics of the Cox-Zucker theorem and the going down theorem, boys sign up so fast. But boys are really dirty, you know. I don't really know, but I've been told that they have casts of thousands of women in their heads, just thousands. And I feel like maybe things would be more efficient if they had like a director in there, you know? Someone to say like, places, people, places, all right, you know. We have a new cast member here today. What's your name? What's your name? Oh, Julie. Everyone say hi to Julie. And where did he first see you? Oh, on the subway. You were picking up a quarter. I guess that's all it takes. And Julie, can I just ask you a question? Are you bisexual? Oh, well, you are now. Going from joke to joke like this, I kind of feel a little bit like, you know, from like dirty boys to math to names, I feel a little bit like ADD, you know, attention deficit disorder. But it's funny, the funny thing about ADD, attention deficit disorder, is that no one refers to it like in its full name. People only refer to it as ADD. You know, as if we don't even trust these people who have this disorder to, you know, to make it through the whole thing. Like they're gonna space out in the middle. you know, I felt like this was discriminatory, and I gathered some of my friends who had ADD, and I tried teaching them a cheer, and I asked them to repeat it back to me. And when they did it, it went something like this. It went like, A-D. So it didn't work. But, you know, ADD, A as in apple, D as in dildo, D as in donkey. And finally, you know, I challenge anyone with ADD or without ADD, like, no one, you can space out during so many things, but no one can space out during porn. You know, you never see someone like, when's this gonna be over? You know, no one gets distracted. No one's like, she's gonna rip those bed sheets. Oh my God, she's gonna rip those bed sheets. You don't see that. Can I ask, are there any Jews in the house? There's a couple. I'm Jewish, and I just, you know, I feel like the religion, there's something lacking, you know? I mean, a really good example is, you know, we have Hanukkah today, also known as Hanukkah, and, you know, that's the one with, like, the menorah, you light the candles, and we have that at the same time that we have, you know, that's the same coincides with Christmas. And here's one that maybe the guys you'll identify with maybe with my problem. I mean, just think about it like this. Males, Jewish males, you gave up your foreskin to sing songs about the world's least popular toy and eat little inedible chocolate candies. All I'm asking is, you know, were you given the choice again, would you make the same decision? You know, it's, I don't know, I wonder, is there something lacking here? Yes. And so then I was like, well, maybe I'd be a better Catholic, you know? Catholicism, a religion that's based on the teachings of Cathol, you know? But then I was like, you know, maybe I wouldn't be such a good Catholic, because you see, I like to go out Saturday nights, and I would totally be that girl that comes into church Sunday morning with the stamp from the club still on her hands, and I'd be trying to use the holy water to get it off. It wouldn't be good. So then I was like, well, maybe Islam's the religion for me. I mean, after all, that's the only religion where you can pray being hungover. You know, you're like, oh. Seriously, all my troubles with religion, I mean, maybe this is just what, like, the last, you know, it's proof that I should be starting my own religion. I mean, after all, I am a prophet. I'm what they call a peripheral visionary. I can see into the future just way off to the side. You know, and it's great because I already know what my Bible, my holy book will be called. You know, the Jews have the Old Testament, the Christians have the New Testament, and so thus my Bible will be the newest Testament. And because it's my religion, instead of having 10 commandments, we're going to have Twixteen. Oh yeah. So what made me really the problem is that I'm not saying it's God's fault. All I'm saying is that maybe he just did things wrong. Like, maybe the labels are wrong, you know? I mean, God gave us the 10 Commandments. He was like, here's a list of 10 things that really piss me off, you know? And we have so much trouble with these ones, you know? Like, do not commit adultery. And no one can follow that. But things like, you know, from the other 603, you know, like, thou shalt not collect sticks on the Sabbath, you don't see anyone complaining. I'm just concerned that maybe it's just a labeling issue. And here's a more modern day example. You know, so here, like milk, right? It's just like a suggestion. It just says best before. It doesn't say don't drink after. It just says like recommended. Just best before. And people are petrified by this date, the date that's given, you know? Have you seen someone try and drink milk the day after the expiration date? They're like, oh my God, is it good? Am I gonna die? Like, smell it. What does it smell like? And you're like, milk, I don't know what it's supposed to smell like. I have no idea. We're petrified of this, you know? And then we go, and then when you go to the grocery store and you see milk there, you're stunned, and you're like, do I have milk at home? Is it gonna expire? Is it half full? Is it half empty? What am I gonna do? And yet, like, and that's just a suggested best before. You know, like, that's it, just suggested. And then on the other hand, you know, one of the worst labels I've ever seen is, have you ever seen these, like, Olean Olester trips? Like, these sorts of things? The ones that say, may cause loose stool or anal leakage. You know, I mean, if that's not a warning label, I don't know what is. I can't understand, how does someone read these? How does someone read that label, look at the chips and say, oh, these will be good for the party? And you know, I mean, this is probably the one label that the tobacco company looks at and says, well, at least we're not that. I mean, that better be one damn good chip if I'm gonna have to change my pants after. I'm out of time. I have a couple more drinks, but I'm out of time, so.